And welcome to the 30. Welcome back to the Pursuit of Sound podcast. This is episode 35 with Devin Meek.
What's up, guys?
Yo, you might know him as the Futurist. You might know him as Holy City Creative.
Yes.
You might know him as your local badass photographer and videographer that's all up in the clubs.
I'll be up in the clubs on a Tuesday sometimes. Yeah.
Surprisingly, the clubs pop off in Charleston on Tuesdays too now.
Yeah, there's really no sleep for this city.
Dude, yeah. How did we meet?
Bro, that is an interesting question. I gotta say it's probably through Jerry.
I think so as well.
Yeah. But like that whole time in my life was like such a blurry fucking time. Like I had just like came downtown and literally within like 2 weeks of like coming downtown, taking photos and shit, I ran into Jerry and then I was just over here by proxy, I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how we would have met. I don't know where else. Maybe like out. Maybe I saw you at a set or something.
Yeah, something like that. You lived in not Charleston for a while, was it?
Yeah, so I lived in Maui, Hawaii for a couple years, and then...
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, dude, I just fucking... I moved out to Hawaii, me and my ex, we moved out there, and we was like, let's just do it, and it was dope. Like, Hawaii is what you think it is.
Jesus. It's
pretty amazing. There's like fucking things to do. There's like a Walmart out there. There's a Best Buy. There was a Big Bear. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I haven't heard of Big Bear.
Yeah, everything you could think, they basically had it out there. But it's just, man, it was expensive and it wasn't the real world. Like I felt like being in Hawaii was super nice, but like I felt myself becoming like a beach bum. Like, you know, just like slowly. I'm like doing less and less work. Bills became harder to pay. And I was like, I think I got to get back to the real world. Like,
oh my God.
So
yeah.
Pick Charleston. And then I lived in James Island for like 6-7 years. So I like lived in Charleston, but I didn't come downtown. Okay. So I wasn't doing anything like I do now. Like I wasn't like a photographer or videographer. I was just like a graphic designer who like, you know, worked from home, and then pandemic hit, bro, and now all this is how it is. This is why we know each other.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it full time? Like this whole camera, like freelance photography, videography, graphic design?
So graphic design, I started like my first paid job for graphic design was when I was 15 years old. So
well, how long have you been doing it? Well, that's cool. Full time.
Full time. Like I guess like because I've always been getting paid for it like consistently, but when I decided to go full time with like chasing my creative, you know, passions, I'd say was 2018.
Oh wow!
I started Holy City Creative. I think we're 7 years good standing now. So. Started my company pretty much right when I moved here in 2015, so maybe early 2016, and then I started out with a different business partner, and we went full time with it. Like we were working Bill Murray and shit. Like it was pretty cool.
What do you mean you were just working with Bill Murray?
So Bill Murray, nice guy mostly. He has his moments, man. We can touch on that, but
doesn't everybody have their moments?
Oh, dude, but he has some fucking weirdo moments, bro. Like, I'm like, it's just not normal shit to say. But he's not a normal guy, anyways.
Yeah.
so went full time with the design, and my business partner, he was a photographer. Shout out Jesse McCann, who's actually from Aiken as well. He knows Jerry and all that. It's small world, which is actually how I met Jerry. So,
okay.
But. Jesse, he's also from Hawaii. We did not meet each other in Hawaii, but he moved back to Hawaii. And then I took a hiatus from the business. I went and got a normal job. I sold cell phones, like made pretty good money too. It just sucks the soul out of you every day. Oh God, it's awful. But yeah, so just fucking, I think I went full time, really hitting it hard when the pandemic hit. That's when I was like, I got to make more money, so I got to get more clients and go after the bag. So
yeah, which shout out to the freelancers. You know, that's a true hustler, man. It's
for
like
real.
You have to rely on your own work efficacy to.
That's the hardest part.
You gotta be self-disciplined and anyways, so respect on that, but yeah, dude, it's just one of those things where I was like, man, I want to start branching into like slight other than just having on like a DJ or a producer.
Yeah, you
like,
do.
Bringing some
you
other
do
people
some graphics and video stuff too, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not like
Dabble.
your caliber. Yeah, it's just whatever. If I need to make a show flyer, I'll do it. But it's
that's a good skill to have, though.
I mean, yeah, it's nothing like I'm no pro, but I'm definitely no beginner. But anyways, so it's like, yeah, you still work in the music industry.
Yeah,
like he's like been full time with these nightclubs here in downtown Charleston, and that's sick. Like the fact that we commingle in that environment.
Oh, dude, it's sick every time I run into you when you're out like DJing, because this I'm sure y'all know already, but like my man can DJ, and like not only just DJ, like he kind of like produces like crazy mixes. Sometimes it feels like on the fly. Like you'll like like I remember we were on a boat for like maybe like a senior party or something like that, and you dropped this one Bruno Mars like banger, bro. It was like,
oh my god, I remember
it was wild. I was recording it. I actually talked over my recording. I was like, oh shit. Like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? No, I've watched that video like many a time just because it was like such a sick drop. But no, that's what you're saying. It's cool just working in that music industry, working for the nightclubs, or even just like random other creative shit like metal shows, stuff like that. Like, running into each other, because it's like, what a blessing to have other like creative counterparts that you can like fucking just randomly run into while you're out fucking chasing after whatever, like, so.
Yeah, dude, it makes me happy that Charleston's come a long way, because
it has, dude.
Yeah, Charleston ain't no LA or Atlanta, but we're getting there.
Dude,
it's clubs starting to. We got a reality show around
Republic. A couple reality.
Oh
shows
yeah, Southern
now.
Charm. I don't really count that.
They got
one,
Darius
but...
Rucker's. They got Darius Rucker's show too, where he builds a house here in Charleston. I mean, that's not quite as, but there's more shit. I mean, HBO shoots. The Righteous Gemstones over here. They shot Halloween over here.
Oh, they shot Halloween?
Yeah, bro. They shot Halloween downtown.
The new one?
Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
What?
Yeah, it was Danny McBride. It was his first directorial debut, and he lives in Charleston.
Yeah.
So he's like, y'all come to me, or however the fuck he talks.
Oh my god.
I met him once, fucked up. But
yo, was he awesome?
Yeah, he was awesome, but he was super fucked up.
Oh, I thought you meant you were fucked up.
Oh, I was fucked up too. Like, I was fucked up, but like,
where did you run into him?
Dude, the polar plunge?
Yeah, in the Sullivan's Island or something like that.
Yeah, he just. I don't know, man. He loves it. He loves that polar plunge.
He does that?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
fuck yeah.
Fuck.
I met him at Mex One. Shout out Roddy, the owner of Mex One. Shout out also R.I.P. Snow Jam.
Oh yeah, the Rail Jam.
Sorry, dude. That shit was sick.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know why y'all stopped doing it. Liability, maybe, but think about maybe doing it again.
Yeah, just think about it.
I'm sure you have. I don't know what I'm telling you. Sorry, I think I derailed the conversation.
Wow. I can't even do this podcast anymore now.
Shit, yeah, let's start over.
Start over. All right, welcome back to the
35th episode. Guys. What's up, YouTube?
Yeah, you're like, you are not pulling this voice the whole time, bro. So, yeah. Well, do you even fuck around with podcasts, really? Like,
okay.
Do you listen to any?
Yeah, so, all right. Not lately, to be honest. So I did my intro to podcasting was like, I was like 22 years old. I was living in Aiken. I moved to Aiken because I got a job working for an ad agency at like 22, which was like, I left college. Like I quit college and went and took this job. Like
television advertising?
No, like an advertisement company. Like we create like the designs. If you need like photographer, we'll situate that. Okay. It was like a whole like kind of like agency, design, like an agency kind of. But we didn't really dabble into like handling talent. It was like more graphic design. We did some app development with AR before that was even like
augmented reality.
Yeah, augmented reality before that was even a thing. I mean, this was in 2013, 2014. So it was like you had to aim your phone at a poster, and the AR shit would just, you'd be like, what the, whoa, like we are,
drops the phone.
we're
like,
in the future.
What
like,
kind of sorcery is this?
It felt like sorcery, honestly. But I, wait, what was the question?
Oh yeah, podcasting.
Oh yeah, podcasting. So that job was so fucking boring though, bro. Oh my God. And I was partying a lot too then. So like I'd be coming to work just so hungover. Bro, I did some crazy shit. I would, they had a pretty nice bathroom. And I mean, I probably took 2 shits a day. So I'd go into the bathroom and I would lay my coat down if it was cold, or a jacket. And they had a nice shag carpet, bro. I'd lock the door, run the water, and I would lay there for like...
Oh, what? You would literally sleep?
Yeah, dude. I was getting so fucked up back then. Partying.
That you had
I was
to catch up on sleep.
I was 22, man. Like, working with like people who were in their 40s, 50s, like...
Just making quick money and
shit.
Yeah.
One time they asked me, they're like, is everything okay with your, like your bowel movements? Or like,
my God,
I was like, all right, Susan, that's enough. That's enough questions about my bathroom time. I see what you're getting at. But but podcasts would get me through. They would get me through those fucking trying times. And it was like Joe Rogan it was the first one that got me in. I was like, wow. Because this was way back too. So I mean, he was the king.
He was pretty much like the only podcast, maybe. Like.
Yeah, no, and it was like, and there's like, you know, a few others, like Bill Burr had his, but I didn't really like the format. It was just him by himself talking, so it felt, when he'd laugh, it just felt forced and kind of awkward. So I was like, so Joe was good. He was good at interviewing people, and I started looking into podcasts and started like listening to like weird podcasts that kind of fit my niche of things I was into. Like weird, like one thing was actually called the Weird Things Podcast. Shout out Weird Things Podcast. Shout out. Don't know any of y'all personally, but I like what y'all did. They would just take interesting weird phenomena from around, like different stories from around the world, and like kind of just expand on them, and like, you know, like faceless people or like aliens, shit like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Stuff that's just like, I didn't necessarily believe all of it, but it was just interesting, and it was like a nice mental escape from like the mundane job I had. So,
dude, and I still, bro, you said my favorite category of podcast. I listen to like pretty much like cryptid alien type podcasts.
I love it
all the time. It's like a problem.
Do you listen to that one dude? It's like he does something called like Weaponized, or he's like the guy that like interviewed Bob Lazar. He's got his own like fucking alien podcast. Like he's the one that was in the Senate when that guy like gave the testimony recently about all the alien shit in front of Congress or whatever. He was like sitting in the background right behind him. Like he had already had him on his podcast and shit. So he was there like supporting him. So like I don't know what I think it's called Weaponized.
Okay.
But it's all about alien conspiracy type shit.
Yeah, dude.
Which is the best.
I know, it's
especially now, dude, with all the alien shit going on.
I know. There's like a couple things that happened recently that just make me wonder what is going on still, like the Miami Mall thingy on
No, I don't
January
know anything
1st.
about it. I haven't.
Basically, all that's really is to be said is that it seemed as though like some sort of like portal potentially opened up like in the mall, and like weird sort of like paranormal whatever cryptids, creatures, aliens, demons, whatever the fuck were running amok.
What?
We're running amok. Just running amok.
Is there footage?
Not that I know of, dude. But and see, this is like I was listening to a podcast that covered it briefly today, and they're just like, yeah, it's like really hard to understand exactly what happened because it's just hearsay. The cops came in and basically, I don't know.
So they could have came in, like retrieved the footage and like kind of like
forced
just
people to
bottled it
I don't
the
even
fuck
know.
up.
Yeah.
So run it back one more time. So like weird alien shit was going on inside the mall.
Allegedly, these like I still
like
haven't seen any.
I
still haven't seen any. There's like seemingly no video footage. Like apparently this kid on TikTok asked his dad, who is like part of the Miami Police Department, like who actually responded to that call. He was like called him up, recorded the conversation, and he's like, yeah, like, Dad, what happened? And he's like, I'm not allowed to talk on it. And then it's like, he kept on prying to see if he could, like, convince his dad to, like, say something. And he just, like, he obviously wouldn't budge and he was getting pissed. But it's like, why would you say that they can't talk about it if it wasn't just like something
and
that
his dad was like
whatever.
a police officer,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
local, like whatever of that city.
Yeah.
So like he's seen some shit,
So
but he's like,
you know,
I ain't gonna fucking talk on
Yeah,
it.
like,
I'm
imagine,
not
like-
gonna tell my punk ass kid who's gonna tell all his friends and shit.
yeah,
Like,
imagine like you have a whatever, like a disclosure, like an NDA, like you can't disclose what happened, but still, it's just like if nothing really happened, then why would you have to say that? So people are like, they don't know.
no, it's definitely sus.
Yeah, exactly. It's sussy. And so, but that was on January 1st. And then, I think that's just pretty much one of the latest
Well, I mean,
ones.
no, there's like shit all the time. Like,
Oh, yeah,
all right,
all the
so
time,
I'm gonna admit
regardless.
it, you guys, you can give me shit. So I'll watch Anonymous Official on YouTube. Do you know about Anonymous Official?
I don't think so.
So you know who Anonymous is, though, right? Like,
it like-
they do like the guy
Yeah, the
Guy
mask.
Fox mask or whatever, and they're
Yeah.
like, "You government have done." They're fucking dope. Like I mean, they were.
Is it now a gimmick?
Well, now it feels like a gimmick because they have a YouTube channel and they do they put ads. So I'm like, oh, they got you. But that being said, they will post so much random shit where I'm just like, nah, unless I'm really good and high, I'll be like, yo,
You're not in the
I
mood
will
for it.
watch that. Let me freak myself out for like 20 minutes. Like, there was this one dude, it freaked me the fuck out. Dude, this whole, because they'll like just take weird shit that's going on in the world and they'll put them like back to back. They'll put like December 2nd and it'll be like just some fucking weird shit like zombie raccoons like attacking the city of something and like the raccoons will be like mean mugging, bro. They'll be like fucking outside these people's homes in the middle of the day just standing up on their hind legs just like fucking come out here, bro.
What?
They look intense. And then like right after that they're like 200 birds fell out of the sky, and then they'll show like all these different cities where there's just reports of birds falling from the sky, and you're like, that is pretty wild. And then the one that really got me though, bro, the one that shook me to the core, I guess, was this thing. It's called like there's like trumpets in the sky.
Okay, yeah, I've heard this.
It's
I've
like
heard
this grinding
Yeah,
sound, and it's
very weird.
all over the world.
Dude, I'm surprised. That's so cool that you're into that weird shit too, man. I don't really get to talk to anybody about this shit.
Hey, yeah, dude, I'm the right guy. We can shelf the creativity. I'm
Yeah, we go everywhere.
Nah,
but
dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but like I do watch this stuff. Like,
no, I don't know what all that. No, it's just the same mystery to me, but I'm equally intrigued, and it's just like, yeah, how does that happen? Like, why is it like this weird sound, seemingly just coming from the kind of like the
It's
sky?
absurd, dude.
And it's like the trumpets of like God. or
it
just, like,
sounds like War of the Worlds, like the sounds that the machines made in War of the Worlds. It's like it's just like it is so wild though, because what the fuck would be causing that sound? Like, it's not, people are like, is it the tectonic plates shifting? Like, possibly, but also like I don't know about that, bro, because that does not sound like that. Like, it sounds way different. And then to add on to all that, have you been seeing all the stuff about like you can see these lights, these weird light phenomena in the sky, and they look like doorways? I'm not like huge on that kind of like, nothing against conspiracy theorists, but there's some, like, I have the right mind where I'm like, that's a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
But I also, because I work, I'm also, let me just say, I am gullible. Okay, I am gullible. I do believe shit pretty easily, but I then think on it. If you give me time to think on it, I will get to the bottom of it. But so it's great for viewing, because at first I'm like, oh, what? This is happening? And then I'll take a moment and realize. But they're having video knowledge, like in how editing is done and how you do overlays and how things should look and how things should sound. If your subconscious is telling you there's something off about the video, it's probably right, because humans, we instinctively have, in our subconscious, we study micro expressions easily. We know that already, but we also like examine everything else that would feel natural to us. So if something feels off, which in a lot of these videos you see do, that's immediately you can be like, oh, this is fake. Like you could feel it in your brain. There isn't a specific reason why, you know.
Yeah.
You just instinctually go like, this is fake, and it's kind of like if you feel that, good chances are it probably is. But there are some videos that are like, the amount of effort that would need to be taken to like recreate some of the visuals are stuff that even Hollywood studios are still kind of struggling to like make at least easily. So unless there's some guy in the Hollywood world who's at home, or maybe some prodigy video editor, chances are some of these videos are real. Like, you know, like it's like...
Yeah, but not a lot of people really fuck around with like video editing like that. Especially like some of the submitted ones that you'll see. It's just like a random like fucking blah, blah, blah. Last one for now is like the weird... I don't know if you've seen like a compilation of like weird glitches in the Matrix.
Yeah, I probably watched the same dude. He's like this white dude who kind of like... He titles his videos Glitches in the Matrix, and he's foreign. He's kind of got an accent. He's like, in this video, it's very weird, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I see a lot of glitches in the Matrix videos. Yeah, love them.
Yeah, it's
love them.
It's freaky. Yeah, some of those things, it's like seemingly impossible to replicate. Like I remember there was one like a frozen like icicle that was like just suspended like halfway from like, it was like
still in its liquid state, but then...
like it was like imagine frozen water like a slow drip that turns into like a weird like stalactite type of thing, and then it looks like where it broke, but then like and then there's like a missing segment, and then there's just
continued.
Yeah, and then it's just like another one just hanging there, and he's like,
and that's
like what the fuck? Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I'd love to see that video because I bet like if you're like convinced, that's probably like could be like a real footage because ice and things like that are pretty hard like to like because ice is gonna have to replicate some of the lights and tones that are surrounding it and to look realistic and that. So I would love to see that because that is a harder like thing to replicate. And so if someone is taking the time, you know, trying to get viral, like understandable, but a lot of these kind of are like anonymously posted, or it's almost like it's not someone trying to get famous.
Or the one that was like a bubble. And it was just chilling in one area. It was like a pretty big bubble, just like a soap bubble thingy, and it was just there,
stuck.
Just and then
like,
they're
not even like wobble. It's just like
and they sat there and like recorded it from all angles, and then I think they just eventually popped it, and they're like,
pop at the end is necessary.
Yeah,
because it's like even let's say if it was fake. You gotta sell it, you know. So by popping the bubble, you're like, "See, it was real."
Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch that bubble. To be honest,
fuck no. Yeah. I'd be like, "That shit's haunted," and fucking slip into a different parallel reality. Just to like bring as a note later, I would love to talk about liminal spaces.
Liminal spaces, okay, yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, because I'm influenced creatively on some of that. So.
Interesting. Well, then, what was I gonna say? What was like the music that you grew up on? Like that your parents listened to, that like in the car. And,
okay, so those are two different genres.
Precursor, yeah. What was it that your parents listened to?
My parents were really big into like classic rock, like, but also like jazz, R&B, and like a little bit of hip hop. So Lauryn Hill was like played in the home a lot. Actually, on my Spotify, I think it's still listed as like my number one most listened to.
No, Lauryn Hill?
Yeah, bro. The Miseducation
Lauryn Hill.
What is she
doing now?
I think Fugees are maybe doing a tour, so I think she's just been with them. I don't think she's doing anything by herself, or if she is, she's doing it in silence. Lauryn Hill, drop a tape, please. Yeah. But also, you know, so a lot of Neil Young, the Stones, Beatles,
right?
Fucking, but like a lot of like Yanni, Michael Jackson.
Of course.
What's that one chick that everybody used to listen to? It's like Yanni. It's not Yanni. It's
Bjork.
No, Bjork's sick though. Love Bjork. No, fuck. Avita. No, it's not. That's like a cleaning thing. I don't remember what her name is, but she had some cool shit. Oh, I don't know what the fuck. I was about to like do the song. I'm not going to. I don't even know what that was. Place got haunted for a second. Yeah, But it's in a lot of movies. I just can't think of it. But yeah, it's just pretty. I feel like normal shit growing up. We didn't really listen to pop. No, not a lot of pop music growing up. We weren't like a radio household. They had like, you know, a nice ass CD player with a nice sound system.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of the music we were listening to most of the times.
Yeah, like compact discs.
Oh yeah,
Oh
bro.
my God, dude.
So futuristic. Back then, bro. Going from a tape to CDs, like shit.
Then what was it that got you into like branching out from that? Like, oh, well, my friend listens to like Jay-Z, and then that's how, or like my friend listens to like Norwegian death metal, and then that's how, like, so what was it? Was it like a sibling? Like, how did you discover other kinds of music?
Yeah, I got my music taste from the Mortal Kombat soundtrack.
What Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, bro. They had some like, they had of course that song that everyone knows, but then on that album, man, there was some really heavy death metal. At least for me back then. It was like guttural sounds. It was like Goro. Like they were kind of like trying to.
Talking about like from the movie or something?
Yeah, dude. The soundtrack
movie.
The soundtrack has some like the original Mortal Kombat, whatever, 1998, whenever that was made, has like a pretty brutal metal, like couple brutal metal tracks. And I remember just being so like intrigued by the metal. No one had ever showed me nothing like that before. My parents didn't listen to it. Kids at school didn't listen to it. So when I like heard that, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, and then but I shelved it because I just didn't know where else to find that music. But I remember like having a taste for it. But me independently, I did listen to like a little bit of like radio. Like I listened to a lot of like rock radio, so you're hearing a lot of like, you know, Papa Roach, you know, like Slipknot, Korn. Those were huge. System of a Down was my favorite growing up.
Okay, yeah.
That was like, I think eventually I stopped saying they're my favorite band, but they were who I said was my favorite band until probably like 18, 19 years old.
They were weird, but I love them too. Dude, I love them too. Weird. Deslin got me into System of a Down. He was like full-fledged obsessed. Like, knew like everything.
They're sick, bro. Like
old school Hollywood baseball.
Pepperoni and green peppers, mushrooms, all that jive. Pepperoni and green. Yeah, dude, I was fucking into that shit.
Oh my God, dude, it's so weird. Yeah, like they did it, man. There wasn't a band quite like them, even though they kind of like fit into that rough genre. They were still like, it's like that vocalist was just like, that weird like operatic style.
Dude,
like,
Serj Tankian, dude. He's the fucking. He ended up making his own band called Serj Tankian that basically sounded like the System of a Down that we liked before. Because the band split because of like just two different, like the bass player who also did like some of the screaming, like, you know, the high pitched stuff at least. He wanted to be heavier. He wanted System of a Down to be like a heavier rock band. He always wanted that. But Serj would kind of like thwart that and kind of be like, no, like let's try like doing that, but also add some of this like operatic, epic sound to it, which I think worked perfect for the band. I didn't necessarily want them to be heavier all the time. Like some of the songs like Chop Suey, whatever, they sing melodically and then they fucking break it the fuck down. I love that. I love that kind of transition of music.
Yeah, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing. And it's like,
yeah, dude, I fucking love that shit. I'm about to go home and listen to it when I go home.
Oh my God.
I love, I ended up learning how to do like metal stuff later on in life, like vocalizing it and doing metal vocals. But that band, System of a Down, was like one of the bands I listened to in my car. And when you're in your car by yourself, bro, you can really just fucking let loose. Like,
like no one's around.
Yeah, I probably looked crazy on the highway, dude. People are probably like, this dude is fucking upset. Like, but I was just like screaming along to like those songs. And then, I mean, Carnifex was really the one that put me to that next level where I started doing vocals in a band.
Yeah, what was the band that you were in?
Okay, so I was in a couple different bands, but the one that we did the most was called Straying from Grace. I always hated saying that name. It's hard. They're like, what is it? Straying from Grace. And then, so like we played, I did the metal vocals and stuff, did a little bit of singing. I also toured too. So
Yeah. With that band or
no, it was a different band. Run to the Shadows.
Run into the Shadows.
Yeah, that was fucking in the
That's
height.
A cool name.
Yeah, it was a cool name. It was in the height of like emo names, like
yes,
like picking names that were like fight the tide, fight. You know, like just
What's
random shit.
What do you think the funniest emo band name is? Take a second to think.
Jesus, I mean, The Devil Wears Prada is kind of a goofy ass name. I mean,
that was a book or a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie, but it's like, I mean, they're talking about like female fashionals. I mean, Prada's males too, but I think the funniest name was probably I Wrestled a Bear Once.
Oh my God, that's right.
Or who's there was Eat Me While I'm Hot. That wasn't.
I never heard.
That was a metal band. That was the dude from Never Shout Never.
Oh my God!
That was like his metal band.
Remember Chiodos? That was just like a what? What does that word even mean? I don't even get it.
I don't know, bro. Fucking Craig Owens, dude. It's a great singer, but he was a fucking alcoholic back in the day, bro. Every time I saw him perform, I was pretty close up on stage, and you could smell the fucking alcohol off his breath, bro. I mean, all them boys and that, like him, Johnny Craig.
Yeah.
And what's his name from Circus Survive? Anthony Green.
What about Anthony? I thought he's an angel.
Anthony Green is like a heroin addict, bro.
What?
Yeah, he's struggling with it right now. I think he just got out of rehab recently.
He has kids and shit.
I know, it's a fucking sick disease, bro. But they all teamed up together and made like a band.
What?
Yeah, it's so before that there was the Sounds of Animals Fighting,
yeah,
and they would all like kind of like feature, but
which is another funny name.
They had a band they made. It was all three of them, bro, singing in this band. It was called like something Alaska or something. I see Alaska, something shit, but it was all them just taking turns singing beautifully, bro.
And how come that didn't pop off?
It's because they're all drug addicts.
Oh, yeah. It's like you can't make that work.
Yeah, bro. Like,
no wonder.
Johnny Craig was fucking robbing people online for the longest time. He was scamming people. He was...
Scamming out of what?
Bro, he would put a laptop online, or his laptop online, and be like, send me 2,000, I'll sell you my laptop. Well, he did this to a bunch of people and never sent them his one laptop.
Oh, so
he did this 3 separate times. He got caught for him every time and continued to try it again and again and again, and just preying on like naive people. I ran into him in Hawaii. And, yeah, he was in Kihei, and I was like walking up to get like pizza from like one of their little kiosk things out there. And I was like, went up to him, I was like, dude, you kind of look like this dude, Johnny Craig. He goes, I am Johnny Craig. I was like, oh shit. I felt stupid because I'm like, you look like the guy you are. But like, he's like, I am Johnny Craig. I was like, nah. And he literally took his ID out and showed me. He's like, you guys know where the party's at? I was like, we're leaving, but you're sick.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay.
But no, that was cool, but... Also, fuck you, Johnny Craig. I know about your bullshit. Okay. But yeah.
Like, I'm not him at all. I'm here. Like,
yeah,
he's
no.
He's like really in Hawaii trying to escape. Like
he's like, no, Johnny, I never. No English. No English. I don't
speak English.
I don't sing beautifully either. But no, yeah, so did the metal shit. Fucking loved it, bro. I still miss it. I met the dude from the Hooplas.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, right. Who are they?
I haven't though. Yet.
Oh no, that you haven't?
No.
Oh shit, they're a pop punk band out of Charleston.
Out of Charleston?
Yeah, dude, they actually pretty legit. I'll show you them later, but
wow, okay.
They the one of the dudes, the lead guitarist in the band, he was at y'all's show and the album release, but he was there. He saw y'all play.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's pretty cool. But me and him were like old metalheads, so we started talking. He's like, yo, I saw the camera work, look good. I was like, hey, thanks, bro. Like intros, and then like we just quickly, as metalheads do, you quickly get to the fucking, it's a rule like, what the fuck will you listen? You know, whatever. Like we figured out that we both like metal, and then we were like talking about it, and then so we're supposed to jam, but like I've been wanting to do music for a while. It's just hard to find a metal band. I feel like sometimes because Charleston's not really thick with the metal. You have your pocket, but I feel like unless you are paying attention or like having you tell people about it, like
I think more in Somerville, it's like
is that where it's at?
Kind of. It's always been where it's at. Like kind of.
Charleston used to have it. They used to have Oasis and J.I.
Yeah, of course.
They had Joe Grumpy. What was it called? Joe Pasta. Joe Pasta.
Oh my god, dude.
And then Corey's Grilled Cheese.
Yeah.
You know, fucking R.I.P. baby. I miss those grilled cheeses and those fucking ratchet metal shows.
Yeah. The American Legions, I remember for a while were doing shows.
Where's that?
Like an American Legion up in Somerville.
Okay.
Like the veterans, like
yeah,
built,
fuck
like,
yeah, dude. They're like, they are metal, brother. They're metal as fuck. The people be writing songs about shit they did.
You want to hear a metal joke?
Fuck yeah, dude.
What's the I don't know if I've told you this one yet or asked you, but what is it's a really obvious one, but what is a metal screamer's favorite cheese? Yes. Oh my god! Actually, I got another joke. This one's not metal at all. This one's more about potato chips. All right. So I'm gonna list off a variety of flavors, but like half complete, and you kind of gotta tell me the rest of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like sour cream and
cheese chips.
Sour cream and onion? What? Are you serious? That's the most obvious one ever.
Bro, I was psyching myself out. I was like, I hope I get these. And right as you said it, bro, like sour cream and cheese
and gummy worms.
Yeah. Like, no, bro. Wait, it's not gummy worms. All right.
Oh my god.
Okay, so sour cream and onion. Check. Got it. I didn't ruin the joke. No.
Okay. No, not really. No.
A Q.
Right. Salt and
vinegar. Yeah, I got this.
No, wait, salt and vinegar.
Oh, hey! Oh, come on, man. You motherfucker. For some reason, I thought this was still going to be a metal joke, bro.
I told you it's potato chips.
Oh, my God.
Yo, cancel.
Oh, fuck. That's funny. Got my fucking face hot, bro. Because I just look like a dumbass on here, bro.
No, my best friend is black.
Oh, yeah.
Deslin told me that joke.
I have a black friend, okay?
Yeah, no.
Shout out Dollar Menu. All right.
Yeah, no, oh my God.
And Deslin, he's a nice guy. Damn, bro, you got me there.
That one is just stupid. Oh my God.
You know, but kind of wholesome in a dark way. It's like, you know.
You just gotta trick white people.
Yeah, it's really, it's like I feel like the white guy would be like, yes, you got me. I said it was me, like me.
But oh my God, dude.
So I guess you were asking about music tastes, and I started talking about metal.
Oh yeah. And this tour, dude, like you went on tour too. Tell me some crazy tour stories.
Okay, so you're in a van. Like we had a van. So the van is 6 dudes. Okay.
Is it like a conversion van or
like it was like a
15 passenger or a 12 passenger?
I don't. Remember
the Chevy Expresses or
the
Ford Club
it's like
wagons?
a standard big ass like what you'd expect to see. I mean, what do you call it? I think it's maybe by Ford.
It's like the Ford Club wagon. Maybe?
It's what it's like. Just picture a tour van. It's pretty much it. It's like maybe a mechanic van. It had like layers of seats. It was white. Yeah, no. It was gray. It was gray. Dude, I'm like digging back to 18 years old here. Yeah, just type tour van. Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah,
exactly
the club wagons, dude.
Yep, exactly.
They had 12 passenger versions and 15 passenger.
versions. So we were fitting 6 of us in one of those.
I love those vans, dude. I don't give a fuck.
If you look it up, guys, you'll know exactly what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had that, and then we had a hitch on the back with all our equipment.
Yeah.
But it was like 6 of us piled in, and we drove out of Ohio all the way to the first date, which was... Oh, fuck. Hold on. Did we drive... Oh, yeah. We drove all the way to Utah. Utah was the first stop. So we stopped in Utah, and...
It's a long first drive.
No, fuck yeah, it was, bro. That was a long drive, and the van was, like, fucking up. Now what? The color's changing for the 3rd time. It was a green van. Because I remember just seeing it in so much despair. So the beginning of the trip was like cool. We drove through a lot of boring states, you know, because when you leave Ohio, you're already at the beginning of boring. And then you just keep moving across, you know, through all the drive-through states like North Dakota,
Yep.
shit like that. So, or South Dakota, you know, Nebraska. Once you get through all that and you get to Utah, which Utah, this was a cool city. I think it was, I don't even fucking remember, bro. It was so long ago. But they had Utah in big letters, almost like you would in Hollywood, up there. And then, you know, I just remember that. But, you know, the city seemed cool. But after you've been on the road for so long, just in the country, I mean, anything was fucking cool. But then we went to Colorado, and then California, Arizona, and then we drove all the way to... No, we ended the tour early. We drove back to Ohio. It was just... Tensions were very high in the van. After 3 weeks...
Yeah,
in a van, like, one of the bandmates fucking jerked off, like, in the back of the van. We found out about that. That was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I mean, we allowed it, but it just also one of the bandmates was being a fucking diva, bro. Oh my god, and it was like just killing everybody to the point where we're like, just take a fucking plane home. We'll end the tour early.
Jesus.
But one of the stops, we stopped in Plano, Texas, and we played the Monster Mosh tour, and fucking Bury Your Dead was there from first to last.
Wow.
Which is Sonny Moore.
Yeah, dude.
Day to Remember. Love Hate Hero. Icy Stars.
I remember them.
I Wrestled a Bear Once. Memphis May Fire. It was like huge,
Damn.
bro. It was like,
that's all of them.
so it was sick though, dude, because a lot of these bands that I've been looking, like, growing up listening to were here, and we had one common, like, cafeteria room where all the bands were, like, fed. So you're just walking around getting food. I'm standing right next to, like, fucking what's his name? Jeremy from Day to Remember.
The
Standing
singer.
right next to him, bro, just casually. And it's cool is because
He's a funny looking dude.
no, he is kind of funny looking dude in person too, but not as bad as his bass player. I'm trying to think of that dude's name, the bald guy. I don't, nothing against bald people.
Yeah, no.
Shout out me. But in that room though, it was like I was sitting at tables with, like, artists that I've been looking up to, and that's when you have to, like, when you get put in a situation like that, you have to quickly learn how to be cool as fuck.
Not
Because,
fanboy
like,
or
oh my
whatever.
god, bro, like, fucking, the minute any of them started talking to me, man, I would have, like, mini little freakouts in my head, like, but I'd play it cool as shit, you know, like, they'd come watch our set and stuff, like,
Damn yeah,
after,
dude.
like, you know, so it was kind of like, all right, so we're fucking getting along with all these cool fucking people. So, like, that was the moment when we were like, okay, this band shit's, like, kind of, like, working out, right? Like, and we were on tour with this band called Kid Liberty and Paddock Park, which there's a whole bunch of drama around that band, Paddock Park. They're out of Ocala, Florida. The lead vocalist.
Same place as A Day to Remember.
Day to Remember, and there's some fucking drama between those two bands.
Oh, wow.
The lead vocalist of Paddock Park sucked. I want to think his name's like Tom Morello. Not Tom Morello. Holy shit.
The guitarist from Ray.
No, dude. Tom. I was going to say Tom Daly. That's a golfer. It was like Tom something. He's a bass player. He has his own, like, recording studio and all this. But the guy from this band, Paddock Park, he wanted studio time. And dude told him if he sucked his dick in front of all these people at this party, he'd give him studio time. And then they recorded footage of it. And he never got that studio time.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But, like,
that's not
I heard that story after we got
Wow.
off tour. And the dude was kind of weird on tour, like, I remember. But,
he's, like, looking at your crotch and stuff.
no, he's just doing weird. No, yeah, like, trying to suck this dick.
I'll do it for free.
We met a lot of cool fucking people on tour, man. Like, we met, like, one of the dudes, you know, Ronnie Radke from Escape the Fate.
I remember that name.
He
yeah,
went
it's
to
like,
prison. Now he's in.
What?
Now he's in Reverse the Fall
Falling in Reverse.
Falling in Reverse.
Oh, okay.
So that he was the vocalist. He's the one that did the situations are irrelevant now. Some people make it the reference. But I met the dude that was there, like, when that murder happened, and he was a witness to it. And, like, I met Jeffree Star. Like,
oh my god, yeah, Jeffrey.
He was trying to fuck, like, the merch guy from this band we were with.
Oh no.
I don't know. There's so many fun stories from tour, bro. But, like,
Yo.
So I only had that one big tour though, and then after that we just kind of, and then I joined the other band and we just stayed more local to like Toledo, Ohio, which is where I lived for a good little bit. But
oh, I remember waking up in Toledo, Ohio when we were on tour.
A terrible place to be.
Get this, it was like the middle of January, February. For whatever fucking reason, yeah, everybody else, like, I was sleeping so hard that they just left me in the van, and then they just, like, went into, I guess it was like I think it was just like a motel.
Nothing worse than waking up not having any idea what's
Yeah, so I woke up in the middle of the night in the van all by myself.
Was it cold?
It was freezing. I went out to the parking lot, and there's just huge lumps of snow. Like,
yeah,
in the parking lot, how they just have to move it all into
mounds,
a corner or whatever.
Great for digging tunnels in as a kid, though.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, that sounds fun.
Kids have died that way, though. They're in a tunnel.
Oh,
one of those things,
fuck
and then more
that.
snow's pushed onto them. And then
Yikesies.
Anyways, dark
Yeah.
stories from Ohio. There's many of them.
And then I just basically had to, like, fucking call them until somebody finally answered and was like, oh, yeah, well, we're in this room and blah, blah, blah. That's just, like, a stupid story.
But waking up in Toledo and not knowing what's going on just sounds terrifying to me, because fucking Toledo sucks.
Yeah, for all I know, I could have just walked out of the van and somebody just straight up, like, stolen my liver and just left me for dead.
Hey,
But,
do you know of anyone from Toledo? Just think about it.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely not.
no, yeah, it's like...
you, I guess, but...
Not from there. I'm from Columbus, baby.
Okay,
Go
yeah,
Buckeyes.
Columbus.
I almost wore my Buckeyes sweater today, but I didn't want to get too much Ohio hate.
Well, Buc-ee's is a dank gas
Hey,
station.
Buc-ee's is, bro. What the fuck is that about? Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
They're like, it's like a mix between the customer service at Chick-fil-A with, like, Costco vibes, as well as the best gas station that you've never been to.
Easily the best gas station. I was honestly surprised they didn't have showers there.
Oh, yeah, right.
Isn't that like, you feel like you've done all this? You have all this unnecessary shit. Why the fuck would I be driving somewhere and then decide to buy a grill? Like, I mean, like, I'm like on my way. I'm like on the road. I'm like, they got like a fucking propane powered grill for sale. I'm like, yeah, you know what? The ample car room I have in this trip I'm making, let me fucking stuff a goddamn full-size grill in my vehicle. I just don't know what maniac is doing that, but I know that man exists. And he's like, I did get my grill for Buc-ee's. So fucking what, bro?
Yeah, dude.
They probably got good grills.
Dude, whatever they sell is amazing.
They're like the Sears of gas stations.
Yeah, I don't know who their food scientist is, but
they're fucking doing it.
Yeah, they've got I'm like, yo, the fact that it's only exclusive to Buc-ee's locations, I'm like, y'all need to start selling this shit in grocery stores. But then it won't bring people to the gas station.
Exactly. That's why Taco Bell's got Baja Blast locked up.
No, it's not anymore.
Oh, it's free?
So no, in Florida, I saw Baja Blast in Walmart. Not only did I see Baja Blast by the 12 packs, which I literally...
Insane. I'd be buying it.
That was on my recent trip down to Florida. I took a picture of it and everything. I was like, what? And then they had an alcoholic version of
in
literally
Florida?
Mountain Dew Baja Blast flavored hard alcohol beverage.
Sign me the fuck up.
I know.
Sounds amazing.
I'm like, this is...
If they drop a Code Red one, like, I'm fucking there, bro. Or Livewire.
Yeah, all those like that. It was just like, it's almost like just 1 degree of separation away from a Four Loko.
Yeah, what a fun time. What a fun time.
God.
What a fun time to have alcohol in your cans of Mountain Dew. But what a fun time just having all the flavored Mountain Dews we had growing up. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they still have them. I'm sure they have like 100 different ones now.
Yeah, they do. Oh my God.
Iceberry, sickle, some shit. Like, I'm sure. Is there a way we can... Yeah, let's check the camera.
Yeah, let's check the camera really quick. Boom. We're back
we're recording
from our
again?
advertisement break. Yeah,
I got a new beer now.
Yeah, the funny thing about that story that you were telling when you were in the restroom and the toilet lid was falling down slowly.
God damn,
it
bro.
made me think about... Deslin and I had a skit idea.
Should we tell him what happened first?
Yeah, tell him.
All right.
Tell him.
So, Strawberry Squad, which is where this nice podcast is being shot, their home here. I won't give the address away. I was in the restroom, and very nice restroom. I like all the decorate, like it's a lot of strawberries in there.
Yeah.
Even the toilet seat's like a strawberry. It's a nice touch. Well, anyways, I put the lid up to pee, and as I'm peeing, it's not even like a little bit of a hint it's happening. It just fucking like falls halfway and then it slows down. But like the way it dropped though,
it's one of those slow moving ones.
Yeah, it felt like a fucking guillotine coming down. And I'm like fucking pissing, bro. So I go to like stop it and I grab it. It's fucking grody, right? I'm grab it because I grab it not like how a normal person would. I grab it to stop it, you know? Anyways, so I fucking luckily kept the pee in the toilet, but man, my heart stopped for a second. It was funny.
I don't trust that thing in the upright position.
Fuck no, you gotta like basically hold it.
Yeah,
like hold it against the seat while you pee.
I had to hone my skills to not piddle on the toilet seat.
Yeah, it paid off.
But
there's a whole the shorter is it's like a shotgun blast. The longer is it's like you have a sniper rifle. I'm somewhere in between the sniper rifle and shotgun.
I swear sometimes for no reason my people just have two streams, like individually
for no reason, huh?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Having some wet dreams there, bud?
Yo, it's like
little pre-cum in the wet dream.
Oh my god, why is it every time I pee it turns from yellow to white?
You just I was like, oh shit! I don't know if this is a fucking bit or
that's a segue because Desmond and I, our first Biracial Brothers skit was.
Those are funny, by the way.
Yeah, you filmed it, didn't you? No, James Pants.
No, but I would.
Oh my god,
we talked about me shooting.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, where it's like when peeing turns like where it's like. I'm just like in the restroom, like using the restroom, and then Desmond like runs. He like, yeah, I know, right? Where Desmond like runs and he's like, oh, fuck, and he's like, oh, my dick's doing that thing again. It's doing that thing again. My dick's doing that thing again.
Oh shit!
And he goes, and I'm like.
Bro, dude,
like, yeah,
just fucking come, dude.
I'm like, you can't shake the, what was it? If you shake more than 3 times, it's considered greasing the hog.
Yeah, you definitely playing with it. Like,
yeah.
I will say, though, I have had some pisses that I would rank up there with, like, a good orgasm. Like, I've peed and it, like, just felt like, oh, this is the release I was looking for. Oh, it's just still going. Oh, and like afterwards, you like feel like, God, I just did something.
Oh my God.
Just fucking took a bad old piss.
We have an idea of this one. I kind of came up with it. Basically, I'm wearing khaki pants right now. This is the worst color to be wearing if you have, as a guy.
If there's any liquid
situation going on. If there's any like... anything like
that. You missed the toilet a little bit, or when you put it away, you didn't get all the piss out, so it dribbles.
My God.
Yeah, no, that's showing up in khakis, and it's not just showing up; it's expanding. It expands. The spot grows until it like kind of just grows like a damp gradient, like across the whole thing. You're like, yeah, I did piss I trickled a little bit. This was hours ago. You're like.
Oh my God. So it's like, what would the thing be? I think it's like where I would be like in a Subway, like Subway restaurant, like the sandwich shop, Subway. And like I would be there before Desmond would get there and we would pretend to like not know each other, blah, blah, blah. Boom. Basically, I would be in there like just sitting down.
Like a prank or?
Yeah, like a social prank. And like I would say already have my Subway sandwich and I'd be like eating it. And I just pretend like I'm being on my cell phone. Boom, but I really give Desmond the cue, and I'm like, all right, come in now. He's wearing khaki pants. He comes in, and he just hauls ass basically to the restroom. And then like, where he's just like, like I really gotta, and then like, and it's just sort of like, yeah, the restroom's over there, guy. And then him to go in, and then basically, you know, while he's in there, do something along the lines of like, similar shit, just like, and then, but really, when he goes and washes his hands, he's just gonna like sprinkle like water all over his crotch.
The worst, bro.
He's gonna like make it look like he actually peed himself, but then like it's gonna be funny because he's gonna walk out. He would walk out and basically just be like.
Just fucking
like walk out of the restaurant. I mean, of the restroom, and just be like, I feel so much better now. Like something, but then his whole crotch.
Like, yeah, I bet you do, buddy.
But then his whole crotch is like wet. So, like actively wet, and then just like goes up, and then he goes, yeah, can I have a number one?
Just casually, like nothing happened.
Like a number one because
number one.
Yeah, and like nothing happened, but it's really like.
What do you call coming? Is that number 3? I got a fucking number 3 all up in there. About to. About to number 3. But to add to that, I think so. I have 2 things. One of them is just like a question. The first thing though is so when he comes in and he has to pee so bad, they don't let him pee right away. They have to stop him. Like, sir, we don't let people use our bathrooms, whatever. And he's like, whatever he says.
I'll get a sub when I get out of the restroom.
Yeah, I'll get something just to add to it. And then the other thing is, it was so good. It's gone.
Oh, what? You don't remember anymore?
No, it's fucking called smoking a lot of weed and just fucking...
forgetting, yeah.
Dude, I will go to, like, tell somebody something excited. Like, oh, dude, all right, wait. Stop whatever you're saying. All right, stop what you're saying. And then I'll be like, never mind, bro. I forgot what I was saying. You're like, well, I don't know what I was saying. And they're like, do you know what I was saying? I was like, I don't, because I was thinking about what I had to say.
Yes,
that's a real problem. Actually,
it'll pop up in like later on tonight when you're going to bed. You're like, I was gonna.
There was something about it was peeing, coming, something along those lines. I don't know. We'll come back to it.
So is there anything that you would like to talk about in specific? Like even regarding your personal arts, anything like that?
Sure. Well, I'm an artist. He's like you said. I recently, so I work for the nightclubs, as he mentioned earlier. Fun job, man. What a fun fucking job. Just literally... Imagine going to the club and doing cool shit, but then just make that even cooler because I'm allowed to drink when I shoot, and so I'm having a good time, and I think that comes off in my photography, like, this is candid moments, but I'm allowed to drink, so I'm taking photos, getting to hang out, talk to cool people that normally I probably wouldn't be able to just walk up to and talk to, and it's been fucking cool for years. I've been doing this for maybe 3 years almost. But that has kind of started to come to an end. I'm starting to get a little bit older, man. Starting to kind of want to like focus on like, starting a family, finding the right woman, things like that. The biological clock is ticking.
Yeah.
So that being said, and also my mother would love for me to not work for the nightclubs. I am now... I'm working on a lot of other creative things that I enjoy to do. So one of the big ones lately is, in case you guys live under a rock, or AI is like huge right now. I mean, it was like starting to gain traction in 2020s, like early 2020s, like 2020, 2021, through applications that would implement it. But 2023 was kind of the year when AI really kind of started impressing people. It got everyone with those avatar photos. Like you could. So that was like the cool thing that kind of got everyone into AI and kind of being more okay with it. Because people, they hear AI and they think of all the science fiction movies we've watched where, AI typically is portrayed as the bad guy ultimately. Right. Which it can be. It can be bad and good, but it just depends on the... who's coding these AI and what kind of scenarios are we putting these AI in that would make them want to... I'm kind of straying here. Just know I'm really into AI stuff, hence the name, the Futurist. This was before AI. I really pay attention to like future tech, things that are cool and things that I can creatively innovate with. So right now my main thing has been AI art, so generating like images out of AI, and also now AI video generation through generative art. And I just want to say, man, if you guys aren't looking into that yet, like, it's not going to replace you. I know a lot of people are like against it because they feel like it's going to take their job. It probably fucking will, but that is your responsibility to take these tools that we have now, the AI tools we have at our disposal, and make yourself better, because these tools are so useful. Like, you guys have no problem using other technologies because AI is, I'm giving my TED talk here, because AI is attached to it, it automatically is villainized. AI art is, for a creative, I've seen a lot of other creatives be threatened by it and feel like it's gonna like replace them. No, if you have like a mediocre skill or like something that is easy to replicate through an AI, then yeah, maybe you won't continue to prosper in that certain section of what you do. But you could also take AI and be like, all right, so these things, like for instance, back in the day, I used to get paid to remove people from photos.
Okay, yeah.
Cut people out of photos. Hey, will you cut my daughter out of this photo? Hey, will you remove this person from this photo? Etc. Like, that used to actually take a good bit of time to like sit there and remove someone from a photo. It's hours.
Yeah, but
now it's literally like you click a button. No one had a problem when Photoshop implemented just the quick highlight feature. That was using artificial intelligence to understand the perimeters of the person that it was viewing on the pixels. But because it didn't affect their job necessarily, they didn't consider that the guy who had been making money doing that same exact job now has to find another form of income. But guess what? Myself and other artists like evolved, and we understood that, okay, so now it's way easier to cut people out of photos. Why don't I just step up my platform that I'm pitching to people? Why don't I now say I'll cut everybody out in photos and individually send you each one and then stack them all back together? Like, just quick, easy shit you can do, because now that hard part that used to take hours takes 10 seconds. So it now makes you more effective. So it's like, my whole thing with AI has been, it is a tool set. If you do not use it and you wait to use it, the people that are using it will advance and leave you behind. Just like my best comparison is iPads in a classroom. For the longest time, even, fuck that, I'll go back even further, TI-83 calculator. Okay. That was not provided to you from your school. Unfortunately, I grew up in a low-income household, and my mother could not afford that calculators. So I had to do everything by hand. So I'd be the one that would be in class after class was over, finishing the test, while all the other kids had been done for like 30 minutes, But the thing is, that made math more difficult for me. These kids are advancing quicker. They're understanding how to get things done quicker because they have the technology to do it. It was the same thing when iPads came out. iPads at first were villainized. Like, oh, we're not going to let iPads in the classroom. These kids should not be learning how to use iPads, this, and that. Guess what? Now it's almost a part of the curriculum that children are at least have access to an iPad, because most of the curriculum is online. That fucking, that right there was a disrupt in like the way people have been living their lives. So AI is kind of like that new thing. It's like right now there's people that are against it. Like, yo, this is going to take my job. Lawyers should be scared. Doctors should be scared. Optometrists already know what it's like to be scared, because optometrists, it used to take them hours to read. An optometrist is an eye doctor. It used to take them hours to read charts of people's eyes. They're only typically about 50-60% accurate on finding diseases in people's eyes. And these are from your hospital-trained your college-trained doctors. AI does it in literally a 20th of the time and is 99% accurate every time. Optometrists no longer have a job. It's things like that that are going to happen that are going to displace people from work. You could choose not to embrace it and learn it, but you're going to get left behind. So it's going to create a wealth gap, a class gap, etc. Especially when the brain chips are in our brains and they also have AI, and now people...
When the brain chips are in our brains? No.
Yeah, well, sign me up, baby. I'm fucking down.
Yeah. Neuralink.
I'm with Neuralink, bro. Yeah. Fucking sign me up, baby.
Yeah, well, from what I heard about Neuralink, which I guess would be courtesy Elon Musk, it's like, yeah, you basically get some sort of like physical thingy installed into like in between
Size of a
like,
nickel.
your like cortex, or I don't even know, and then it's like imagining having the intelligence of the internet, where it's like from the intelligence gap between a dog and a person right now would be the same basic difference between a person and somebody with a Neuralink.
Yep.
Yeah, where you're just like, wow, I'm a caveman.
And that's the thing is like, so for some of the things that interest me about like a Neuralink is right now we're in the beginning stages. Obviously, this is going to be the worst it ever is. It's only going to get better. Right now, it's able to do some pretty basic things through animal testing that we've seen. It's able to pick up on nothing really that exciting, but the ideas that they are projecting is, for instance, people who have injuries in their body that are not healable because the brain just doesn't work anymore. Now with Neuralink, it's able to send the signals down the spinal cord to maybe someone who's paralyzed to begin like the healing process. People who are blind, it's able to reverse things like that. People with mental illness or like, you know, disorders or something like that. Now you have something in your brain that understands the makeup of your brain and is able to like redirect signals in your brain to stop feeling feelings of depression or schizophrenia, whatever.
Wow.
Ailments that exist. So in that regard, wow, like, right? It's like, holy shit, this seems like a godsend, you know, in the tech world. At the same time, though, with everything that's good, there are going to be people who have malicious intent, and there's going to be some guy in a basement somewhere in the world that is working in the shadows to do some fucking crazy shit. So those things do concern me, but I would hope by the time they would start installing these in people's brains, there's some kind of firewall that is impenetrable, you know, unless it's by some brute force. But at that point, brute force, someone could walk up and kill you with a gun. That's brute force too. So it's like, my chances of someone brute force attacking me, I don't know. Those are like, my head, the same chance of getting shot. But what the fuck am I talking about?
Oh, no, yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I feel like this year will actually, 2024 is the year that we'll see if humankind is going to still be here. Because 2023 was kind of the introductory year of AI. They are now predicting that AGI will happen this year. And AGI is artificial general intelligence. Humans, we have general intelligence. We are considered generally intelligent.
Do you have a booger?
Do you? Oh, yeah.
No, do I really have a booger?
No, yeah, you do. Yeah, you got one now. You just pulled it down a little further. Ew, sick.
I'm sorry, right as you're talking about intelligence.
No, you're good. No, that was...
Do I have a boogie?
That was comedic timing right there. Do I have booger up here? No, you do have a booger up there still.
Yeah, fuck
It's
me.
aggressive.
God damn. This is so gross to do on a podcast.
No, that's all right, dude. You'll delete that part.
Yeah,
don't delete
I'll just
it.
get AI to like make it
There
look like
you go.
I don't have a booger in it. But yeah, AGI.
So AGI, just real quick, it's artificial general intelligence. Bill Gates and a lot of other minds in this industry believe that this is the year AI will become sentient. There's already been pretty good reason to believe that it's already there. I mean, if you use ChatGPT even right now, man, it's so fucking insane. Just to give a quick example, I've been writing a bit more lately, fiction, and I am writing kind of like a suspense novel, kind of horror, and I've been working on it for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, not many people do. But to basically wrap it up, I let it read my story and give me its notes, and I also asked for where it might have detected traces of foreshadowing. And in my writing, I was very vague, but, you know, I made a conscious effort to allude to the malevolent entity that's happening in the story. And the AI read the whole thing and then gave me 4 different points that alluded to where the stuff was starting to go bad. And it even mentioned a point that I, as the writer, hadn't even realized. And that's when I was like, dude, this is like better notes than a person. I've had people read my stories and they'll give me like, yeah, it's good. Like maybe do this or that. This thing like read it and was like, this is good because of this reason. This is like fucking what you did here with this plot device. Brilliant. Like it's talking to me like that. And I'm like, this feels like I'm talking to a very intelligent person who just has the encyclopedia of knowledge at their fucking fingertips at any moment. Yeah. It's a very like transcendent, maybe not transcendent. It feels big. It feels like me as a human. I've met some smart people. I probably haven't met the smartest person alive, but I know what it's like to be around someone smart. This feels like something else. This feels like someone who can talk to me with like the emotional intelligence that I want to hear from something, but also it has the intelligence of all the world's information right there in real time. So that is pretty fascinating to me.
It's like the best editor.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, these videos, for instance, so I don't know if in the podcast, if you link the social media or whatever of the person you're podcasting.
Yeah, I put it in the... Yeah, I put it on the title screen and the description.
If those of you who are watching this, like, if you guys click the link or whatever, you'll go and see some of my artwork. I've been getting into generative video AI, and I just got to say, the coolest thing about generative AI is your words that you type are your paint strokes. They are like literally creating the art in front of you. So now, as a visual artist who's used to like drawing and painting and designing, now I'm using like my writing side of me to literally describe what I want to see. Like, for instance, paint a picture of a samurai running across water. In the scene, the water is choppy and white. The sky is orange and blah, blah. And you're describing what you want. And then you can be like, in the style of noir photography, in the style of cinematic, in the style of... You could even start referencing, like, artists that you're intrigued by. Like, you know, humans were influenced. Like, I might make music like such and such because I like their music. You can do that here. You can be like, I'm influenced by this. As long as you're making something that's unique and you're not stealing, you know. But it's really amazing what you can create, and it forms right in front of you. It's like literally, I've had dreams and have typed them out, and this is the closest I've ever gotten to actually visually seeing a dream I have had manifest right in front of me from my own mind.
Wow.
So it's like it's really I now consider myself a visual creative, because like everything is, I don't know, everything's blending together now. It's like graphic design and videos blending together because the way people layer their type on the video, and graphic design and videos forming together because of motion graphics and then understanding of graphic arts. And now AI, you can write and have it do all these things. So in my mind, it's such a fascinating new thing to add to the tool set of creative tools you have, because now I can literally transcribe visions from my brain onto a screen right in front of me, and then dictate from there what I want to change or what I'd like to see different. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, I know, and it like, I feel like some of the kickback and just like, I don't know, dislike around it could be from the people who are like the bona fide visual artists that like would sit there and create their shit from scratch, to be like, oh well, you know, it's really making people less talented because now all you have to do is just sit there and say, yeah, I just want like, yeah, a field of sunflowers and a dog in there. Yeah. Like, and then instead
you'll get something cool.
But like, instead of you doing it yourself. Like, you see like that disconnect.
No, I totally get it.
It's almost like you lose that muscle of creativity, because it's like you're not, it's just like, yeah, I get it, and I'm not mad at it. No, I'm just putting up like,
that argument is a very valid, it's a very valid argument, and I think like it's one that I probably easily would have hopped on myself if I wasn't like so like multiversed in the different creative stuff I do. Yeah, like,
so it's like, regardless, those people will be left behind.
Yeah, but it's like, to me, unfortunately, yes, if there is somebody who simplistically is going out there and they're just like, the thing is, that prompt you described is still a vision from someone's mind. I think the execution that you see at the end, it's like, whose art is that though? Yes, that's from their brain. And yes, that works. If I said sunflower field with a model in the foreground, it would produce some amazing images right from those small amount of words. Go ahead and try it. You can look at Midjourney, use Discord, like try it yourself. It's free. Well, it was free. There's other ones out there though, but you'll see that you can create cool stuff. But the thing is you're doing the bare minimum with that creative outlet. Really break it the fuck down. Get into like what's the leaves doing in the field? Are they blowing across the field? Is the grass swaying? What color is the grass? What is the person wearing? What style of clothing are they wearing? What is the mood? What is the essence? And that, to me, is a good creative exercise. Like, there are like, moments where I've produced something and I've been like, wow, this is really cool. And I don't know if necessarily I can take credit for this, but then I have to remind myself, when someone paints a photo, here's a couple examples, but when someone paints a photo, they're looking at maybe furniture that someone had built. They didn't build that furniture, but they're painting it for this photo. There's clothing in this photo. They didn't make that clothing, but they're painting this clothing in that photo. There's other elements in the world that you could say artistically are owned by somebody else. So sure, there's that argument there. I like to think I go a little bit further with my prompting in the words I write. And obviously I have the eye for it, so I don't just find one image and go like, that's it. I manipulate it, hone it in. But the other thing I was going to say, this is a little rewind back to just basically when technology changes, there's a lot of people that put their foot down and say, hey, that's not, what the fuck is this? So for instance, when film photography became digital, there was a lot of film photographers upset. Like, the deliberate act of taking photos where I knew I only had 30 photos I could take. So each photo I took, I would line up and I would make sure the lighting was just right and the settings were just right. And I would take a photo. And they were mad because when the digital camera came out, all of a sudden here comes all these people who maybe didn't have the money to buy all this film or whatever. And now they're able to like produce photographs that are being printed in like magazines, and the film photographers are like, this isn't fair because they can take 200 photos and they don't have to worry. It's like, well, you fucking can do that too.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
choosing to stay with film. Like, things evolve, things change. This right now is that right now. We're at the beginning stages of a whole new art form that literally is going to put animation studios out of business. Because now we don't need these heavy graphics engine computers. We don't need all these people sitting around together, 300 of them. One designed the grass, one designed the sky. Now you can have one person in their bedroom come up with a vision in the middle of the night and be like, I'd love to see what that would look like as a film. And then literally start typing. It's still going to take you hours and hours and hours. But now you can do a whole feature film on your own. And now there's going to leave room for the kid that lives in a trailer park somewhere to make something right off his phone that's impressive and beautiful and a vision you never would have seen, because typically it's gatekept by the cost of technology and other things like that. So.
Right. No, yeah, it's like that, man, because I forget the name of the program in specific, but there is some program out there where you can literally, I think it's maybe like you can type stuff in, or you can even feed it a song to produce similar. Yeah. And like you could just be like, hey, like produce rhythm.
It's pretty rough right now.
And but it'll still give you things that you could like technically like sample out and use. Yeah. And it's kind of scary, because it's like, oh, what? You don't even have to like, this person is literally just saying, hey, make me a rhythm song that sounds like a mix between like fucking, I don't know, Skrillex and Guns N' White Night. It doesn't even matter, like, but that is like starting to be a thing, and it's like, well, I mean, you could take messes a stance with the playing field, but
you could take a stance and not do it yourself, or you could still make your own stuff, but maybe dabble and see where you could feed it into your system. So, like, for instance, let's say you're a fucking 3-piece metal band and you're missing the guitar, you're missing the drummer. You three all like perform great music together, but you fucking can't find a drummer in bumfuck whatever town you're in. Well, now you have an AI drummer. Basically view him as a bandmate. You're like, hey, what would you add drum wise to this that we've laid out? If you don't like it, you guys go, all right, let's have it do it again, or let's just have it do it on this section, or let's just have it do it here, or we need a good blast beat here, but we don't have it. You know, so then you just go to the AI, which you're still in a way are influencing its taste, what it should do. It's going based off your music. Now you're like, hey, wouldn't it be sick if we had violin in this too? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Let's get a violinist. So now you're creatively thinking about all these different musical elements that maybe you never would have considered because you didn't have a violinist. You didn't have the access to a trumpet. You didn't have access to whatever the fuck. Now you're like, I can have every single instrument ever created and make the most immaculate piece of art right now to humankind. And like now you're using your creative brain in different ways because now you're like not limited by like, well, I don't know how to write music. Well, guess what? You lay out the vibe, you talk to it, you give it the lyrics you want, you still produce. It's just a new tool to create because at the end of the day, the important thing is you want to feel something. So as long as you create something that people feel and embrace and want to hear again or look at again, I mean, so what if it was done with AI? I mean, people probably felt the same way when Photoshop was created. Like, this is like, I've been painting all this for years.
Yeah.
And now these guys are, so it's...
Yeah, they took our gerbs.
Exactly.
No, what was it? Now I'm about to forget what I was going to say. Wait. No! Hold on. It was...
I hate it. I hate when that happens.
Fuck! It was about... Oh, deep fake. Okay, so... Because that's like kind of AI.
Yeah. It's
super where it's
AI.
like now like it can prove to be a big issue because it's like
massive issue.
It's like, hey, look, we'll make it look like Obama is like, you know, whatever, like doing something illicit, and then you just put it out on the internet and it kind of looks, and it could get to that point where it's like indistinguishable. From
well, here's what's the scariest thing. So I mean that is fucking scary. Like
which it's already starting to happen.
Imagine if like someone framed it definitely is, but someone could frame you for murder,
right? And
they could commit a crime and then digitize your face over it, and now you look like you're. And we're watching it on Anonymous Official, and we're like, damn, that footage looks real as fuck, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, but the real scary one is, and the one you should be worried about right now, is voice cloning. So, voice cloning is scary because if someone wants to call you and pretend to be someone you love and be like, let's say, for instance, my mom gets a phone call and it's my voice. It's like, hey, Mom, I'm in jail right now. Like, I really need some help. I need you to send some money to this account so I can get out of here. It sounds just like me.
And then she sends money
to somebody. Sends money to somebody else. That's voice cloning. So if at any point, if you're getting any phone calls from an unknown number, unless you're expecting a call, if you answer, don't say anything until they do. If they say something first, great. But if they're waiting for you to talk, because you did say hello, but if it's an unknown number, eventually they're going to go like, hello, hello. They only need 3 seconds of your voice now to clone your voice pretty much almost entirely, like to a point where it's very convincing. Like,
and isn't it messed up with all the phone calls that come in nowadays on your cell phone? Where it's gotten to that point where it's like,
day.
If I don't even, now I just straight up don't answer. But like what you were saying before, where it's like, don't say hello. Like, I'll be like, who the fuck is this? Boom.
No, yeah, you should.
And I just hold the phone to my head.
Wait till you hear that click.
And then it just clicks, and I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
The fuck was that?
That's what I do now. Like, I just wait, and once I hear, like, because you'll hear that, like you'll hear some kind of little noise or like some little like noise click, like. And then they'll be like, hello, is so-and-so there? Like, you know when you have a telemarketer just because, like, there's silence for, like, the first few seconds and it's, like, a little, like, a click or some kind of noise that they're like, hello, fuck you. I'm with the such and such, fuck off. No, but, they can clone your voice pretty easily. I mean, so I just told Jerry, I'm going to come in here for 3 hours one day and record myself reading Harry Potter for 3 hours. So the reason I'm doing this is I'm training a AI voice agent to literally replicate my voice. So when I do tutorial videos, I can now just type what I want and I don't actually have to like record myself. So I can be on the fly, I can be on the road, and it's going to have, and they say it's better to use a studio mic with what's that shield called there?
A pop filter.
A pop filter, because they said the AI will learn everything. Like, so if you're having like a pop sound, like whatever, the AI is going to implement that sound into its voice training. So the highest quality of voice, I mean, I might just do you instead of him. I mean, I need it for 3 hours, but essentially, yeah, I'm training this
3
AI.
hours? I thought you said 3 seconds.
Well, 3
earlier.
seconds can be convincing, but if you want it to be like indistinguishable, like where it even knows like when you raise your voice to a high voice, or like all those little like, what are you talking about? Like all those little like intricacies, it's looking for, so it can be the most convincing version of yourself. I realize I'm willingly doing that, but
well, yeah, no. Have you seen some of the? I'm sure you have, but like basically, I remember I was in the my hotel in Asheville when I was on vacation recently. Boom, trying to go to bed, so I put on some spooky shit. And I think it was like some sort of like cryptid documentary thing. And at the very beginning, it's like, it says like this whole entire documentary video, blah, 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 was generated using AI. Yeah. Literally everything. And then so it goes to like a guy that's like narrating about like, he's just narrating, but it's showing him. But this guy, I'm like, first off, if the whole entire thing is AI generated, then that means the whole thing is like, so I'm looking at this guy. I'm looking at this guy that looks exactly like a guy, and it's like everything is so hard to detect the difference. Like everything, like the muscles in his throat, like moving very specifically to what he's saying, and like little blinks, like tiny like manner. I was like, dude, if you didn't tell me anything, I'd be like, that's definitely a guy. And I had to sit there and like try to really like look at what I'm looking at and be like, wow, that's insane.
Did it hit the uncanny valley at all, where you're kind of like, something feels off, but like it's so convincing? Like
it almost got to the point where it's like I saw that in the beginning, and then it went to that, and then I didn't think twice, and then I was like, oh wait, no, this isn't a real guy. And, you know, just sit there and I wait for, like, the little slip-ups, like, whether it be, like, something in, like, the movement of the mouth or whatever.
Right.
And it was very hard to detect.
Yeah, no, that's what I've been getting into a lot lately. So I signed up for this website. It's called 11 Labs. And what they do is all audio AI. So, but this one's primarily voices. So I will type, this is the voice I'm looking for, and it will generate me a voice. And then I can type what I want the voice to say. And its delivery is like, it understands what it's reading. So like it will whisper when it needs to. It will like speak with intensity. Like, and then he jumped. Like, you know, he'll like, he'll change. Like, so so there's a video I'm working on right now. I don't know if you've seen any of the samurai stuff I've been sharing.
I have.
So that's all like some shit happened. My computer, Apple, the logic board went out. So I'm waiting on my computer. But while I'm waiting, I've been just generating all the content. So, because I can do it from my phone. I can create AI from my phone. I can create these AI videos from my phone. It's all on a website, Runway ML, in case you guys are curious. That's a free one for you.
Runway ML?
Runway ML.
Wow, it's a free one.
Yeah, no. That's a free tidbit of info for y'all if y'all want to get into it. Because I'm going to be teaching a course on it here soon.
Nice.
But that being said, I am working on a video, and I went to voice it over myself, but I wanted an old Japanese voice, like the you know. But like I tried to do it a few times myself, and I was like, this sounds very racist. I was like, this sounds fucked up. I even was like, because I wanted to sound convincing everywhere because I took Japanese for 3 years. L's are not Japanese strong suit. Like if they say I love you, it is more like I love you. Like I love you. That sounds really bad right here. It sounds better than that, but
we'll just wrap up because it's been such a good podcast that we lost complete track of time in the best way.
No, yeah, that's
like we could easily have a part 2, but dude, there's so much that we talked about in that. Like I love all the AI stuff, man, because I don't get to talk about that very often, and
I think you guys might have missed that part.
Well, the audio's still there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so it's all good. I'll just be like,
no, that's great.
Like video will be back at this time.
I thought we lost everything, so that's great.
No, the audio is definitely there. So yeah. Anyway, I do want to thank you for for bringing your nice camera, being here,
Yeah, man.
having this
I'd
conversation.
be happy to do it again. It was fun.
Yeah, dude. Part 2 sooner than later. So,
Yeah.
go ahead, plug your socials.
Oh yeah, you guys can look me up. Holy City Creative. That's the business. That's like the keeping it nice and clean. If you want to catch me on the deep end, it's the.futurist.hcc at on Instagram and TikTok actually. So this guy right here, good one. Thank you for having me, bro.
Thank you for being on. And yeah, I'll be busting out some reels. This episode I'll realistically probably upload in like, I don't know, maybe like a week. Cool. Maybe something like that. But I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, but fuck yeah, guys. This is dope. It's been fun hanging out. This is the Futurist. This is Double Crown.
Peace. Peace. Noise.
Noise.